Have you ever opened a healthy snack and thought, it's just a bite? What harm can it do? Only to wake up puffy, foggy, or with a lab report that makes your heart drop? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The wrong snack can quietly overload your kidneys, raise your creatinine, spike your potassium, push your GFR lower, and do it without a single warning bell. No pain, no siren, just silent stress building day after day. And the worst part? Many of the most damaging snacks wear a health halo. They promise whole grain, low fat, protein, or energy, and they taste like a good decision. But for someone living with CKD, those labels can be traps. So let's remove the guesswork. I'm going to show you exactly which 5 snacks to stop eating right now if you have kidney issues, and the safer, satisfying alternatives that support your labs instead of wrecking them. I'll even give you timing tricks, label hacks, and a 7-day challenge to make this simple. Before we dive in, interact with me. Type "ready" in the comments if you want a no-panic, step-by-step plan for smarter snacking with CKD. And tell me your current favorite snack. I might call it out by name. Number 1, potato chips. Crunchy, salty, addictive, chips hit the bliss point on purpose. But that bliss costs you fluid balance. A single small bag can carry more than 300 milligrams of sodium, and many flavored versions hide phosphate additives in the seasoning. Sodium pulls water into your bloodstream, raises blood volume, and drives up blood pressure. Waking with tight rings, sock marks on your ankles, puffy eyes, or a heavier number on the scale after a light evening snack. That's not random, it's fluid from last night's salt. When your kidneys are already working at reduced capacity, that extra fluid equals extra pressure on fragile filters. And if your chips are cheese, barbecue, or smoky, those dustings often contain inorganic phosphates that your body absorbs rapidly, pushing phosphorus higher, worsening itching, and stressing bones and blood vessels. Microstory 1, David, 62, CKD stage 3, nightly routine, TV at 9, chips at 9:05. Morning routine, blood pressure above 160, despite 2 medications. We traded chips for air-popped popcorn with turmeric and lemon zest. No added salt. In 14 days, his morning systolic dropped by 15 points, and he stopped waking up to pee 3 times a night. Microstory 2, Sophia, 45, creatinine 2.1, swelling in her hands. Blaming heat. Her pantry carried barbecue chips and kettle sea salt. The labels looked small per serving, but she ate the whole bag. We swapped chips for crisp cucumber rounds with a tablespoon of unsalted hummus and a plate of rice cakes dusted with smoked paprika. Within 3 weeks, her rings slid on and off again, and her afternoon headaches faded. Microstory 3, Anil on dialysis, loved baked chips, thinking they were safe. Baked still equals salted. We built him a crunch kit: carrot sticks, celery sticks, cucumber spears, and plain popcorn in single cup bags. He kept the kit where the chips used to live, his interdialytic weight gain eased, and cramping episodes dropped. Pattern interrupt. Do you ever finish a bag of chips without noticing? If yes, write guilty below. No shame, just awareness. Safer swaps that still feel fun: air-popped popcorn, seasoned with garlic powder, lemon zest, rosemary, or nutritional yeast. Check labels to avoid added sodium. Thin apple wedges sprinkled with cinnamon for a sweet crunch. Plain rice crackers with a squeeze of lime. Label trick: avoid no-salt products that secretly use potassium chloride that can spike potassium when kidneys can't clear it. Your goal? Keep any single snack under 150 milligrams of sodium. Total daily sodium under 1,500 milligrams unless your care team has set a different target. Retention booster, open your pantry and snap a photo of your 3 saltiest snacks. If you want accountability, post the worst offender in the comments with the word replaced. Number 2. Processed meats like jerky and deli slices. Jerky feels like clean protein, but the clean image hides a dirty secret: sodium and inorganic phosphates. One stick of beef jerky often packs 400 to 500 milligrams of sodium and 150 to 200 milligrams of inorganic phosphorus. Inorganic phosphates are absorbed up to 90%, which floods your system, pushes phosphorus high, drives itching, bone pain, vascular calcification, and makes parathyroid hormone misbehave. That's a path toward weaker bones and stiffer arteries. Micro Story 1. Robert 58, CKD Stage 4. Phosphorus 6.8, scratching his arms raw at night. He ate jerky to avoid carbs. We replaced jerky with a crisp apple and 1 tablespoon of unsalted almond butter. 4 months later, phosphorus 4.2, itching gone, sleep restored. Micro Story 2, May, 61, Stage 3B. She meal prepped turkey protein packs with deli slices. Her GFR slipped from 42 to 36 across 6 months. We traded deli meat for freshly poached, skinless turkey breast, shredded with lemon and herbs. Portion, 3 ounces, 2 to 3 times weekly. Her energy rebounded and labs stopped sliding. Micro Story 3, Luis, dialysis, craved something chewy at work. He switched from jerky to celery sticks filled with a tablespoon of cream cheese, and sometimes rice crackers with mashed egg whites and chives. Chew satisfied, sodium cut, cramps fewer. Pattern interrupt. Scan your ingredient lists for anything starting with FOS, like sodium phosphate, pyrophosphate. If you find it, comment "Found FOS." It's not just in jerky, it lurks in deli meats, marinated chicken, even enhanced pork. Safer swaps. Fresh proteins, prepared simply: poached chicken or turkey breast, baked white fish flakes or egg whites, paired with low-sodium crunch, like cucumber or rice cakes. Sweet option: blueberries with a spoon of unsalted sunflower seed butter. Practical tip: cook once, snack 3 times. Make a small batch of plain chicken breast, shred, portion into 3-ounce containers, and freeze. Pull one when you want a protein snack without the phosphate trap. Coaching cue: if a snack advertises high protein, ask yourself, high in what else? If the answer is sodium or phosphorus, skip it. Number 3. Granola bars and energy or protein bars. This one shocks people. The wrapper screams whole grain, fiber, fuel. Turn it over and you'll often see 20 to 25 grams of sugar per bar, 5 teaspoons in one bite, and potassium-dense dried fruit like raisins or dates. Half a cup of raisins contains more than 500 milligrams of potassium. For CKD, that's a quick route to hyperkalemia, muscle weakness, tingling, even dangerous heart rhythms. Add sugar spikes and insulin swings, and you've multiplied kidney stress. Micro Story 1, Sarah, 56, Stage 3. CKD kept a healthy granola bar in her purse for after class. Her potassium ran 5.3 to 5.5, and she felt her heart flutter at night. We replaced the bar with a plain rice cake spread with unsalted peanut butter and topped with 3 strawberry slices. Result: potassium normalized. Night palpitations faded. Microstory 2. Omar, 42, dad of 3, grabbed protein bars on the commute. A1C crept up, GFR fell from 41 to 36, creatinine 2.2. We swapped in homemade oat bites bound with egg whites, flavored with vanilla and blueberries, baked low and slow with no dried fruit. 3 months later, steady GFR, less afternoon crash. Microstory 3. Carla, 70, believed fiber bars would help constipation. The bar also delivered syrup, chicory fiber, and sugar alcohols that bloated her. We built a new routine: warm water, a kiwi at lunch if potassium allowed, and a small bowl of cooked oats with cinnamon in the afternoon. No dried fruit. Her belly calmed, and evening appetite returned. Pattern interrupt. Grab your favorite bar right now and read the sugar line out loud. Then, look for potassium chloride or phosphate additives. If you see them, type the sugar number in the comments with switch. Safer swaps: plain rice cakes with unsalted nut butter, 1 tablespoon, cucumber rounds with cream cheese, half an apple dusted with cinnamon, or a small bowl of warm, plain white rice with a dash of cinnamon when you need a comforting bite. If you truly need a bar, make your own, whisk egg whites. Fold in oats and blueberries, bake into thin squares, and portion them so each square stays low in sugar and potassium. Retention nudge: the first time you skip a bar, take a photo of your alternative and label it Kidney Win. Small wins compound. Number 4. Flavored yogurt and sweet dairy cups. Yogurt wears a probiotic halo, but many flavored cups hide more than 20 grams of sugar and around 200 milligrams of phosphorus in a single serving. Dairy can add acid load that tired kidneys must neutralize, and the timing matters. If you eat it at night, your GFR is naturally lower and filtration is slower. That's a bad combo. Microstory 1. Linda, 69, loved her light strawberry yogurt before bed. Morning ankles looked like balloons, urine foam increased. Her phosphorus and proteinuria were creeping up. We swapped in unsweetened applesauce sprinkled with cinnamon. Within weeks, swelling eased and the morning foam line receded. Microstory 2. Kevin, 55, stage 4, ate vanilla yogurt cups twice daily. Constant itch. Phosphorus near 5.8. We dropped the cups, added pear slices with 1 tablespoon of unsalted sunflower seed butter in the afternoon, and a small bowl of warm white rice with cinnamon at night. The itching settled and phosphorus trended down. Microstory 3. Aisha, 63, believed low-fat yogurt would help weight. The sugar kept her hungry and her evening blood pressure high. We moved her snack to earlier in the day and switched to a tiny portion of plain Greek yogurt, half a cup, topped with a small handful of blueberries, only on days her phosphorus and potassium were in range. Energy improved, cravings calmed. Pattern interrupt. If your yogurt has a fruit on the bottom, that layer is usually syrup. Stirring doesn't make it safer. If you've got these cups at home, type buy yogurt if you're ready to replace them. Safer swaps: unsweetened applesauce, sliced pears, baked cinnamon apples, or creamy textures from avocado, mashed on a rice cake if potassium allows. For many, the night snack should be hydrating and gentle, not sugary and dense. Pair any snack with a small mug of chamomile tea to lower nighttime cortisol and help sleep. Stress hormones inflame kidneys too. Metric to remember: if a snack delivers more than 10 grams of added sugar, treat it like dessert, not a daily habit. Number 5. Salted nuts and trail mix with dried fruit. Nuts can be nutritious, but most mixes are roasted with salt and studded with raisins or banana chips. That's sodium plus potassium in a handful. 1/4 cup of salted nuts can contain 200 milligrams of sodium. Add dried fruit, and you can jump 500 milligrams of potassium or more before you know it. For CKD, that's a risky spike. Microstory 1, James, 71, stage 5, loved trail mix on hikes. After a weekend snack, his potassium hit 6.0 and he landed in the emergency room with arrhythmia. He switched to unsalted rice crackers with hummus and kept cucumber sticks in his pack. No more potassium scares. Microstory 2, Monica, 54, ate healthy nut packs at her desk. Creatinine climbed, phosphorus rose past 5.5. We cut the packs, added celery sticks with a tablespoon of unsalted almond butter and a small apple in the afternoon. Labs settled and evening bloating eased. Microstory 3, Ben, 66, was told to eat almonds for heart health. Great advice in general, not great in large handfuls for CKD. We set a strict portion, 10 unsalted almonds on days potassium allowed, and only with a hydrating food like sliced cucumber. His evening thirst calmed and nighttime cramps reduced. Pattern interrupt. Salt hides in dusting powders on nuts. Sea salt, smoked, barbecue. If it tastes like a chip, it behaves like a chip. If your trail mix has candy pieces, that's sugar plus potassium plus sodium in disguise. Safer swaps: unsalted popcorn, celery with sunflower seed butter, 1 tablespoon, cucumber with cream cheese, rice crackers with mashed egg whites, and chives. If you want a nut, pre-portion it, 10 unsalted almonds max, and skip dried fruit. One more watch out: potassium chloride salt, substitutes in low-sodium nut mixes. Avoid them if you have CKD. Let's weave in a few mini rules that protect your kidneys while you snack, without feeling like you live on a diet. Keep portions small enough to finish in 10 minutes, and space them at least 2 hours away from bedtime. During sleep, kidney blood flow slows and GFR dips. Heavy snacks late are like giving your kidneys a night shift. Choose hydration-forward pairings: apple with peanut butter, cucumber with cream cheese, a rice cake with a small mug of warm herbal tea. Keep individual snacks under 150 milligrams of sodium. Avoid FOS ingredients and potassium chloride on labels. Keep added sugars under 10 grams. And lean on gentle cooking. Poach, bake, steam. Avoid deep frying and charred edges that create inflammatory compounds. Engagement moment: what rule surprised you most? Type the number in the comments so others learn from you. Let me give you 2 quick contrast stories to prove how small swaps deliver big changes. First, the night snacker. Priya, 59, stage 3B, said, "I just need something at 10 p.m. or I can't sleep." Her choices: salted nuts or flavored yogurt. We built a bedtime ritual: finish dinner by 7, walk 10 minutes, brew chamomile, and if she needed something, half a cup of warm white rice with cinnamon, or a small bowl of unsweetened applesauce. In 3 weeks, her morning weight swings narrowed, her blood pressure steadied, and she stopped waking with puffy eyes. Second, the healthy bar guy, Marco, 47, worked construction and kept 2 protein bars in his lunchbox. afternoon fog, nighttime cramps, and a potassium that hovered too high. He replaced the bars with 2 rice cakes, a small tub of cucumber slices, and a container of shredded turkey breast prepared at home. The first week felt strange. By week 3, he said, "I don't crash anymore at 4 p.m. His potassium dipped back into range and his sleep deepened. Pattern interrupt. If you feel calmer just hearing those routines, write calm in the chat. Stress hormones raise blood pressure and harm kidneys. Calm is medicine. Here's a simple kidney snack safety checklist you can keep on your phone. Is my snack low sodium, under 150 milligrams? Phosphorus additive free, no faux S words. Low potassium, no dried fruit, no potassium chloride salts. Low added sugar, under 10 grams. Easy to digest, not heavy or greasy. Paired with hydration, and eaten at least 2 hours before sleep. If you can tick those boxes, you're already doing more to protect your kidneys than most diet plans will ever teach. Let's handle the pushbacks fast. Can I ever eat chips? If your labs are stable and your team approves, a tiny portion on a special day, sure, but not nightly. Are baked chips better? Only slightly. The sodium is still there. What about unsalted nuts? In measured amounts sometimes. 10 almonds or walnuts with a hydrating side, not a handful with raisins. Greek yogurt, plain, small portions, and only if your phosphorus and potassium are in range. Protein bars, only if you make them yourself with ingredients that respect your labs. Salt substitutes, if they contain potassium chloride, they're not substitutes for CKD, they're landmines. How close to bed can I snack? Aim for at least 2 hours, 3 is better. Let your kidneys recover as you sleep. Tonight, use a simple craving control tactic. Move chips out of arm's reach. Put them on the highest shelf, or, better, don't keep them at home. Place your safer crunch kit at eye level. Pre-washed cucumber, carrot sticks, celery sticks, and a container of plain popcorn. The easier choice wins when willpower is low. If you still want the chip vibe, thinly slice zucchini, brush with a touch of olive oil, dust with paprika and garlic powder, no salt, and bake low until crisp. Portion onto a small plate and sit to eat. No bag, no bowl, so your brain registers done. In the store, run a quick label audit. If the serving size is 10 chips and the bag holds 3 servings, ask yourself whether you ever stop at 10. If not, triple the sodium and decide if your kidneys can afford that price tonight. Flavored powders with smoke, barbecue, or cheese often carry hidden phosphates. Walk away if you see phos anywhere in the ingredient list. At night, create a friction step if you snack while scrolling. You cannot eat and scroll. You must stand, pour a single cup of popcorn, sit at a table, and finish without your phone. Cravings drop when your attention is not hijacked. When you look closely at deli packages, phrases like enhanced, moisture added, or solution injected often mean phosphate salts and sodium were pumped into the meat. Those minerals raise lab values far faster than the same nutrients from real food. If you must buy ready-to-eat protein, choose rotisserie chicken without skin or marinade, then rinse under warm water to remove surface seasoning and pull the meat into shreds. Freeze in 3-ounce bags for quick, low-phosphate snacks. Protein needs with CKD sit in a narrow lane. Too little risks muscle loss and low albumin. Too much raises urea, worsens acidosis, and makes you feel sick and itchy. The sweet spot is personal. Ask your renal dietitian. For snacks, think support, not stress. 3 ounces of poached poultry or a couple of cooked egg whites satisfy without flooding your system. If cooking is new to you, try a no-fail method. Place a skinless chicken breast in a small pot, cover with water, add a slice of lemon and a bay leaf, and simmer gently until cooked through. Chill, shred, and season with herbs and pepper. No salt. It's tender, low acid, and forgiving. On digestion. Beyond sugar, bars hide other traps. Sugar alcohols like sorbitol or maltitol can cause gas and diarrhea. They don't raise blood sugar as quickly, but they still stress your gut. Protein isolates in some bars come with added phosphates for texture. Look for calcium phosphate or phosphoric acid in the fine print. Marketing words like natural, gluten-free, or whole grain do not guarantee kidney safe. A better option is a home-baked energy square that respects your labs. Whisk 4 egg whites until frothy, stir in 2 cups of rolled oats, add 1 mashed ripe pear for moisture, a handful of fresh blueberries, a teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of cinnamon. Spread thin on parchment and bake low until set. Cut into 16 squares so each portion stays modest in sugar and potassium. Store in the freezer. Take one when you need grab and go without the lab surprises. If a vending machine tempts you at the office, plan ahead. Before you are hungry, put 2 rice cakes and a single-serve packet of unsalted peanut butter in your bag. Keep a small container of cucumber rounds in the fridge. If you must buy something, choose plain crackers with the lowest sodium you can find and pair them with your own protein from home, egg whites or shredded turkey. Control the variables. Don't surrender to the machine. Nighttime acid load is simple to picture. Your kidneys keep your blood pH in a tight zone. Acidic foods raise the work they must do to buffer and excrete acids. Dairy plus sugar at night adds both acid and insulin swings. If nighttime is when your legs cramp, you feel itchy, or your sleep is restless, audit your evening snacks first. When you miss yogurt texture, you can satisfy the craving gently. Blend half a ripe pear with a few tablespoons of water and a sprinkle of cinnamon into a smooth sauce and chill. The mouthfeel comforts without the dairy load, or stir a tablespoon of chia into water in the morning if your potassium and phosphorus are stable, and eat half a portion later. Otherwise, skip chia and use oats cooked very soft with water and cinnamon for a soothing bowl. Portion guidance matters more than most people realize. For plain Greek yogurt, on a good lab day, think half a cup, not a bowl, and not nightly. Rotate it with applesauce, pears, or warm white rice so you're not stressing one pathway every day. Raise your potassium awareness by nut type. Very roughly, and portion still rules everything. Pistachios and almonds trend higher, macadamias and pecans trend lower, peanuts sit mid-range. The bigger swing often comes from the dried fruit mixed in. For most CKD patients, the fruit is the deal breaker. Choose the nut plain, unsalted and pre-counted. Dry roasted does not always mean plain. Many dry roasted nuts carry added seasonings. Check for sodium and potassium chloride, raw, unsalted, and measured beets flavored every time. If you miss the taste intensity, bring flavor with herbs, rosemary, smoked paprika, or a dusting of garlic powder, rather than salt. Pre-portioning works best when it's physical. Use a weekly pill organizer or tiny snap lid containers and place exactly 10 almonds in each. Keep only one on your desk, the rest live out of sight. Pair the portion with a hydrating partner. Cucumber slices, apple wedges, so you finish feeling satisfied rather than thirsty. You can decode labels in under a minute. Scan serving size, sodium per serving, and how many servings per package. If there are 2.5 servings, multiply all numbers by 2.5, because that's how much you'll probably eat. Then scan ingredients. Anything with phos is a red flag. Look for potassium chloride, another red flag for CKD. Added sugars above 10 grams make it a dessert. If the ingredients list reads like a chemistry set, choose something simpler. Even smart people fall into predictable traps. Swapping chips for salted pretzels, same sodium issue. Replacing jerky with heavily seasoned rotisserie chicken, phosphates and hidden salt in the injection. Choosing no salt seasoning that uses potassium chloride, it can raise potassium. Using cottage cheese or milk-based puddings at night, phosphorus and acid load while your GFR is lower. Buying low-fat flavored yogurt and assuming it's safe. The sugar makes you hungry, inflames your kidneys, and disturbs sleep. If you do slip, you don't need punishment or a detox. Hydrate with small, steady sips. Choose low-sodium, low-potassium meals for the next 24 hours. Walk for 10 minutes after each meal to help circulation. Resume your safer snack pattern at the next opportunity. The problem usually comes from repetition, not one mistake. Travel and social plans are not enemies. Before leaving home, pack a kidney pocket, a small bag with rice cakes, a portion of plain popcorn, a container of cucumber rounds, and a spoon with a single-serve nut butter that is unsalted. At restaurants, skip the bread basket and the charcuterie. Order a side of steamed vegetables and a plain protein, grilled white fish or skinless chicken without sauces, and save half for later. If friends bring out trail mix or chips, pour yourself a sparkling water with lemon and sit away from the snack bowls. Keep your hands busy and your mouth refreshed so cravings pass. Tell the host you're managing kidney health and bring your own safe snack to share. Most people will cheer you on. A mindset shift keeps new habits alive. Instead of saying, "I can't have that," say, "I choose what protects me." Chips aren't forbidden. They are just too expensive for your kidneys right now. Jerky isn't evil. It's mismatched to your labs. When you frame choices as protection, rather than punishment, you keep your dignity and your momentum. Here's your 7-day kidney snack swap challenge. No overwhelm, just one choice at a time. Day 1. Replace chips with air-popped popcorn, seasoned with rosemary and lemon. Day 2. Replace jerky with apple slices and 1 tablespoon of unsalted almond butter. Day 3. Replace a granola bar with a rice cake and peanut butter topped with 3 strawberry slices. Day 4. Replace flavored yogurt with half a cup of unsweetened applesauce sprinkled with cinnamon. Day 5. Replace trail mix with celery sticks and a tablespoon of unsalted sunflower seed butter. Day 6. Check your labels for phos and potassium chloride and remove anything that contains them from your daily rotation. Day 7. Practice timing. Stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed and make your last snack a hydrating, gentle choice, like cucumber slices or warm white rice with cinnamon. Engagement cue. If you accept the challenge, type 7 days in the comments and tell me which day you're starting. Accountability changes behavior. Final pattern interrupt before we close. Your kidneys have protected you since the day you were born, filtering roughly 50 gallons of blood every single day, balancing electrolytes, fighting toxins, without applause. They do it silently, faithfully. But they are not indestructible. They don't need heroics. They need less pressure. Tonight, you can remove pressure. Skip the snack that swells you. Ditch the bar that spikes you. Walk past the jerky that itches you. Pick the simple swap that soothes you. The payoff is not theoretical. It looks like fewer nighttime bathroom trips, rings that fit, ankles that don't leave marks in your socks, calmer skin, steadier numbers, and a morning where you feel just a little more like yourself. You don't have to win this in a week. You win it one choice at a time, repeated. If you learned something today, teach it forward. In the comments, write the one snack you're replacing and the swap you're choosing. Someone will read your line and change their week, and maybe their lab report. Protect your kidneys with small, smart, repeatable choices. Start now.